What's up, people? This is Chris Albert coming to you from Long Beach, California. Getting a lot of questions about if it fits your macros. The if it fits your macros diet. There's a lot of these guys who are following it. The natural bodybuilders, they're becoming immensely popular. Guys like Matt Ogus, um, you know, they're talking about it. Their YouTube channels are swelling up, and the masses are coming to worship him and his perfect abs and his legs and things like that. Yeah. He seems like a really good guy, and I'm not going to talk shit about him at all. And I think that there is some merit to the if it fits your macros method. I think that the thing is, though, it's not much different from any other diet. Now, the one thing that I will argue about that I don't think that the if it fits your macros that I think they're really downplaying is the concept of nutrient timing. My method is entirely based off of nutrient timing. Of course, yes, you have macros that you need to fit every day. You have calories that you need to fit every day, and those are based off of what I want your macros to be. But nutrient timing is everything. Your carbohydrates need to be timed throughout the day for periods when you are most insulin sensitive. Insulin is the most anabolic hormone in your body. The most fucking anabolic hormone in your body. That means that it's more potent than testosterone in helping you to build muscle. So when we think about different things that create insulin responses, carbohydrates are the nutrient most responsible for creating an insulin response. Protein, of course, also creates an insulin response, but carbohydrates are most responsible for that. Now, your cells, your muscles, only have a certain amount of storage space for glucose. And when it gets stored there, it gets called glycogen. And I've been over this before. Once that storage space is filled up, then the rest of that gets stored as fat. So when you want to really eat carbohydrates, you want that insulin response at a time when you are most insulin sensitive, which is right after resistance training, because after resistance training you're burning up glycogen, right? So most of your carbs should be eaten post-workout. The problem is that if you eat carbs at a different period of time, those carbs aren't being stored as glycogen. They're more likely to be stored as fat. But if you're in a period of insulin sensitivity, those carbs will refill your muscles, will refill your muscle glycogen, and help you and transport nutrients into those cells, protein, amino acids, to help you build more muscle. So my problem with the if it fits your macros people is that they downplay this concept. They do say that nutrient timing is more important for bodybuilding clients, and for the most part, I'm speaking exclusively to bodybuilding clients, but this also can help a lot of people who are on their last 10%. So they're down to like 10% or 15%, and they can't get any lower, and they really want to see their abs. Because I know a lot of you are fucking ab hogs. You really want to fucking see your abs, so I'm telling you how you can do this. Of course, you better have some fucking muscle first, but don't let me digress. Nutrient timing is one of the most important concepts in bodybuilding. Regardless of macronutrients, regardless of anything else, if you're not eating your carbohydrates at the proper time, if you're not eating the proper types of protein at the right time, for instance, after you work out, you want faster types of protein, not slower types of protein. Before you go to bed, you want slower types of protein, like casein, right? Because you're going to be asleep for 8 hours and you want to feed off of that for a while. Either way, like I said, you could probably use the if it fits your macros diet and lose a good amount of fat. But at the end of the fucking day, if you want to get shredded, if you want to fucking look like Matt Ogus, you probably want to do what Matt Ogus is really doing. And actually, if you look at his diet, especially the example he put up there on simplyshredded.com, looks a little bit more like a classic bodybuilding diet than some new age thing. If you're looking to eat Pop-Tarts every night and things like that, like I know he does every once in a while, you're not gonna look like him. You can he you can eat them every once in a while as a cheat meal. You can eat them after a really hard workout and probably look okay. But if you eat Pop Tarts every night, you're probably not gonna fucking look like him. So, love you guys. Matt Ogus, if you're out there, man, respect. You got a great physique. Um, and everybody take care. Have a good night.